So good morning. We will start with day one. Day one of the class is all about. I have a small intro and find what are the things that you don't like in Unix or why people not aware about Unix, and then we'll see how to overcome those. Then we'll see how easy is Unix than Windows or any other OS. What are job opportunities in Unix? So that gives you more insight. Yeah. So let's have a what you call an icebreaker session. You can say that I don't like Unix because it is black and white. I don't like Unix because it doesn't have this feature. Whatever you think, because of this, I have not learned Unix, or because of this, people may be not interested in learning Unix. You can just highlight and tell me those points. I'm going to write here. Please go ahead. Even the guys on webinars can type it on the uh, questions forum. Why Unix is not popular? Yeah, good. Point. Come on, go ahead, go ahead. Huh? Yeah, please go ahead. If you know it also, you can just go ahead and say. Why Unix is not popular? Okay. People are not aware. People are not aware of Unix. Correct? Good. This is what I'm looking for. Come on. Have you seen this Unix is full of commands? Yeah. So there are more commands. More commands. More commands means roughly there are 2000 commands. Okay. I don't get disheartened. My objective is to tell you how many these big commands are there. That's why you have been paid more in the Unix world. Good. What would there are big commands? You know what is big commands? There are 2000 commands. Each command is 3 line, 4 line length. Yeah, it's something like you have to learn a lot. People will start thinking that learning Unix is tough because of this. Go ahead, fourth option. Well, jolt down whatever you think that is being tough, whatever you consider that is tough. Hard to install tools. Yeah, this is from webinar. They say hard to install tools. Okay. And fifth point is something like GUI. No GUI, correct? Why this? No GUI. Good. A graphical user interface. Like Windows, right click, left click, screen, resolution. This is a black and white screen. We'll see that. Okay. Good. Then, come on. Any other? Any other? Is this the only 5 reason why people are not learning Unix? What is it? Uh-huh. Only business OS. Okay. Only business people uses it. Only business people. Okay. Purpose. Good. Come on. Let's see. I think this batch is giving me more options. Complicated and boring. Complicated and boring. So this I'll put like not user friendly. Yeah. This is what you are trying to say in complicated and boring. Yeah. Good. Anything else? Unix is an admin OS. Okay. Fine. We will check into that. Good. Anything else that comes to your mind? Job opportunities, interview stuff. How many of you think Windows means I can clear, Java means I can clear. If it is Unix, I'm going to have a tough time. Yeah. The interview stuff. Yeah. Interview stuff. Stuff. Sorry. Yeah. Good. Only 8 points that stops you from learning Unix. Something. It's a brain dump. Brainstorming. So just think that there's the smallest of the smallest fear. You jolt on. I'm there to help you out. Come on. Anything else? No? Yeah.
Whatever you say, it will do it.
Uh,
It doesn't give an error message kind of thing.
Okay. 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 10 error and troubleshooting is tough. Yeah. Good. Troubleshooting is tough. Okay. So I put one more point 9. Server. Don't touch. Unix. We always have the be a server. Yeah. Don't touch. So I just told them. Anything else? Anything else you feel that is Unix is tough? Because no, this first 5 or 10 minutes of session is going to change your mind from Unix is tough to Unix is easy. Because of that, I say after this 15-20 minutes, you call yourself a Unix admin. Is it okay? Okay. Okay. How about job opportunities? Limited job opportunities. Yeah, that's what people feel. Because there are many Windows machine. Compared to Windows machine, how many Unix servers are there? Yeah. So when you compare, the number of machines are less. So that's why people feel that's okay. If you have any other more during the session, you keep adding. So my objective is to remove those fears. Yeah. So that in this session, if you remove your fear, then that means then you can call yourself a Unix admin. Like when you are trying to become a doctor, they will give you a dead body and ask you to cut his finger, open his chest, open the skull. Why are they doing that? To remove the fear out of you so that you can operate a person just like that. Yeah, so I'm doing the same thing here. Okay, let's take the first one. People are not aware about Unix. It's not popular. Yeah. If you see, like, there's one more point, only for business purpose. Point number 6. Yeah. The trend has changed. Now, if you have heard about Linux OS, it's getting popular on desktops, laptops. People started knowing the benefits of Linux over Windows. Now Linux is getting popular. You know, most people are aware. To be very frank, the end user may not be aware, but the users are aware, the admins are aware, the public is aware, business people are aware that Unix is getting popular in this market. Yeah, so people are not aware of Unix is very less these days. Even in schools, colleges, they conduct Unix trainings. So now we cannot say people are not aware. People are really aware. Okay, fine. More commands and big commands. What is more command? 2000 commands. Okay, you know that I am 15 plus year experience. Out of this 2000 commands, tell me how much commands would I have used in my last 15 years? Huh? 20? Huh? I have used just 80 commands. In the last 15 years, 80 commands. Because people think that we know this 15-year experience, he knows 2000 commands. But in reality, I know only 80 commands. So that's what a regular job is. The remaining 1920 commands are used only as and when required, not always. You're getting it? So, but when you see a Windows guy, what do you have to say? I know 2000 commands. So he feel that, oh, I am getting 4 lakh, Unix guy is getting 6 lakh because he knows more commands. But in reality, we know only 80 commands. Don't go and tell outside. So 80 is easy. Okay. But for you guys, 80 may be easy. But for me, 80 is not easy. Okay. I make that into 20. The reason is, being an Unix admin, you are supposed to do only 4 activities. Either you make something, remove something, change something, list something. So these are the prefixes. Yeah. What is a system admin job? Tell any system admin job. Create user, remove user, change user, list user. Create a directory, remove directory, change directory, list. What? L1. So this foundation is going to be an L1 training. After a couple of days, you will become L2 when you would start dealing with LVM, file system, and other stuff. So even you take creating a partition, make partition, remove partition, change partition, list partition. The admin job is only this 4 tasks: make, remove, change, list. So 4 into 20, 80. So if throughout this training you are going to learn commands like mk user, rm user, ch user, ls user. Likewise, we give command like mkvg, rmvg, chvg, lsvg. So these These four items, user, VG, LV, whatever you are going to learn in this next subsequent classes, those 20 words are going to be your 80 commands that you need to know. Is that easy? All the 15 years, what I have done or learned hard way, you are going to easily get that in next 5 days. Is that fine? Now, do you think more command is tough? Only you need to learn 20 commands? Okay, I will make it much more easier. These 20 commands are still required only for interview sake. Once you get a job, you have to run only one command. And that command is called SMIT, System Management Interface Tool. So it's unique stuff. Yeah, but don't go and tell outside. They think that 2000 commands, that's why 6 lakhs, 8 lakh, 10 lakh packages have been offered. But even after you get the job, you may be a 1 year experience, 5 year experience, 15 year experience, immaterial. You are supposed to run only SMIT, System Management Interface Tool. This is a foolproof tool through which you manage the entire server. You need to know only English. I'll show you that SMIT tool in quite some time. Using SMIT, you have to just read, go to that line, it will say add a user, remove user, go to add user, fill the form, click submit, automatically it will execute a command and get it done. Yeah. Why we say it's a foolproof? Why do we say it's foolproof? Give it to a fool, even that fool cannot make any mistake. You know the floppy disk, right? Have you seen the floppy disk? I give a floppy disk to a person who has not seen the computer for long. And if he tries to insert that floppy, it can be inserted in 8 directions. Floppy can be put in 8 directions, but only in one direction it will go inside. The reason is there's a small cut or notch at the right, one corner. Because of that, floppy will go only in the right direction. Okay, take hotels as an example. In those days, we go to hotel, open the tap, wash our hands. After washing our hands, we will not close the tap. Why? Again, your hands will get dirty. What will you do? You leave, believing the other person will come and close the tap. Correct? So that's why now if you go to a hotel which is foolproof tap, keep your hand below, water will come. Remove that hand, it will stop. That's called foolproofing. Okay? IBM have designed this tool as a foolproof mechanism so that it doesn't need an IBM AIX expert to do the job. An idiot can do the job. You're getting it? So the fear of server should go off. The reason is you have SMIT. So normally when you are attending a training, we always have a fear. What is the fear? Okay, anyway I'll clear the training. Somehow I will clear the interview. But after getting inside, daily I have to do the job. How am I going to do the job? That fear is there. Remove that fear. You know this 4-letter word SMIT, then you know 3-letter AX. You can add it to your resume. Okay? Your manager says, hey, create a file system. Or there's one stuff like hard to install tools. What is hard to install tools? One tool has to be installed. You don't know how to do it. Now you know how to install a tool? SMIT. Type SMIT and just read all the lines. Somewhere it will be written software installation. Go to software installation. Then follow the step next, kind of. Finish it. Your software will be installed. Is it tough? So your manager, team lead, whoever comes to you and say, do this. You can say that. No problem, I'll do it. Why? You know SMIT. Okay, so don't worry about the after job, after getting through the interview. This training is all about getting through the interview is one. Number two, how the best practices needs to be implemented in your company. Like any other guy, you should not do this task. You should do in the best practice way. Is that fine? Now you know what is SMIT. So now are you comfortable with this more commands? Okay, I'll train you how to learn the other commands through the training, but it's very easy. Is that fine? Okay. What is big commands? What is big commands? Yeah. Big commands means commands are so big. Okay. Let me give you one sample. Okay. Let me give you one sample. Something like I'm going to create a user using a user add command. Just see how it is. User add -u 101 -g 501 -G trainer staff -s usr bin KSH hyphen D home some name R Mahesh. Okay, hyphen C Mahesh AX trainer. Then R Mahesh. Again, it can go on. I'm just stopping it here. So, couple of lines. Now, this is called big command. So you have to write as such big commands. Don't lose heart. Like the first thing, more commands. I'm going to remove that fear out of you. The same can be achieved using hash user add or Mahesh. Both are one and the same. Both are one and the same. It will create R Mahesh user. This is called simple command. The second one is called simple command. The first one is called complex command, where you are giving more options and arguments. Okay, that's why it is big. Yeah, using Smitty is not at all big at all. Okay, but I'm going to explain you why we are writing this big command. Okay, fine. So normally in this training, people used to come from different backgrounds. Some from Windows, some from database, some from. So taking an example from IT itself doesn't make sense. So what I'll take is I'll take a real-time example from hotels. Okay, have you heard a server other than IT? Whom do you call a server? In hotels, the person who gives you those are called servers. Okay, you need to treat this particular box something like a server in your hotel. You're getting it? Don't feel your server, don't touch. That's the idiot box. Whatever command you give, it gets executed. Okay, so when you go to a hotel, the very first thing that is called prompt. So there are two types of prompt: hash prompt and dollar prompt. So what is prompt? Prompt is a menu, correct? In nowadays, the server is giving you menu cards. In those days, when you go to hotel, you ask, "Sapda enna irukku?" So he'll tell, "Anna idli vada dosa pongal." Have you seen that ad? Blah 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 blah. Ad. So the same way, he will give you the menu. You can choose dosa like this, right? So this is called prompt. There are two types of prompt. One is called hash prompt, and another is called dollar prompt. Yeah, hash prompt is called super user and the dollar prompt is called normal user prompt. So what is the difference between super user and normal user? Just imagine that you are going to a hotel, Saravana Bhavan, and asking for Pongal. Anna Pongal Ruka. Pongal is not there. What will the server say? Apparent. The Pongal, you can get buri, masala dosa like that. Yeah. Jayalalitha is going to Saravana Bhavan. Jayalalitha. And she is asking Pongal. Pongal is not there. What will the server say? What is the difference between Jayalalitha and you? You are normal user. She is super user. You are getting it? So super user will have access to all the 2000 commands. Normal user will have option to only 1000 commands. That's the difference. You are getting? There are total 2000 commands. That 1000 commands are given for normal user. Full 2000 commands are given access for the super user. That's the difference. Whenever you see the prompt, that's the difference about normal user and super user. So very first thing is prompt. Okay. Dollar is normal user. So yeah, this is normal user. This is normal. This is super. Okay, is that fine? Okay. So when the prompt is given, you are supposed to give a command. Command is nothing but order, right? What's the difference between order and command? In hotel, you order Pongal. Pongal is not there. They will say Pongal is not there. Command is something like you order. Whether it is not there, it has to tell you that it's not there. Like where you call commands in military, army base. What is command? If the major says die, you have to die. Major says jump into the well, you have to jump into the well. Command is something like high end of order, where you are supposed that machine will obey. Okay, so that's an idiot. You are the master. You are going to order the machine to shut down, it will shut down. Okay, so that's why we say that's a command. Okay, okay. The first thing that comes after prompt is called command. For example, you order dosa. Okay, so what is dosa? Dosa is a command. Correct? So that's an idiot box. Just imagine that you go to the hotel and say, dosa. He goes and brings 10 masala dosa. But you want ghee dosa. Masala dosa is also dosa. That's an idiot. It goes inside and gets you masala dosa, but you want ghee dosa. You are not given the proper command. You are not told the machine the right instruction. That's what is getting you. Something like, have you heard about some Supandi stories? Supandi is a server. That guy doesn't understand if you don't give him the right instruction. You tell him water the plants. Even it might be raining, he'll catch an umbrella and water the plants. Why? He's an idiot. I'm saying you, Unix is not intelligent like Windows. Unix is an idiot. Windows is intelligent. Okay? That's why we call Intel inside, idiot outside. Who is the idiot? The Windows admins. But in this machine, idiot inside. The machine is idiot. Who is intelligent? You are intelligent. You are supposed to give the right commands. You're getting it? Okay. So you just give dosa. You may get any kind of dosa. So what you have to say? You have to give an option. In dosa, there are many options, right? Can you just list down some of the options? Come on, list down. In dosa. Masala. Come on, let me see how foodie you are. Ghee dosa. Good. Paper. So I'm going to put one hyphen in front of this. I'll just put it. Paper dosa. Come on. Just to activate your taste buds, activate your sleeping brains. Yeah? Special dosa. Okay. Come on, you know only 4? Rava dosa. Good. Good. Onion. Good. Plain. Okay, good. Good, good. Only you know this many dosas. We have hundreds of dosas in India. Vallapura dosa. How to write the banana dosa? Okay. Podi dosa? Podi. Uttapam? Veg. Veg dosa. Paneer dosa. Come on, you are not foodie like me. Okay. So you have this many options. So what we do is, over here, we have to put a hyphen and say, what do you want? Ghee. Say ghee dosa. This is called options. Correct? So every command has an option. Like dosa, we have different options. You specifically say ghee dosa. Now if you say ghee dosa to the server, server will go and bring ghee dosa. Will he bring masala dosa? If you bring masala dosa, we can say that, hey, what did I order? Ghee dosa, right? You can say. So that's why we have to, while giving instruction, while giving command, we have to specify options so that you get the right thing in front of you. Options are filters. Like in dosa, there are many dosas. We are saying ghee dosa. We are filtering the right one. You are getting it? Okay. Now he brings 10 ghee dosas. How many ghee dosa can you eat? 1, 2. Okay. So you have to have an argument which says 2. Argument. You know what is argument? Rendu dosa, rendu ghee dosa. We are saying like this. We are arguing. Yeah. So what I'm trying to put here is, I'm trying to relate that with real time and saying that how we are going to give instructions to the machine. We should not feel the command as alien. As if we go to hotel and how you order, the same way you have to order the things. Same way you have to order the things. Right? You go there and say that dosa hyphen ghee 2. You will get 2 ghee dosa. You're not going to do the same command on the server. I'm just giving a correlation. That's it. Okay. And again, you can give more instructions like you can say hyphen chutney. Green chutney undavanga. And you can say hyphen sambar. No, sorry. Say. See, you can have command bigger. So what will you get? You will get 2 ghee dosas with green chutney and no sambar. So have you ever gone with a friend who orders like this? Normally I go to hotel, I say, Anna Pongal. And my friend who comes along with me say, Anna Pongal, chutney nadul uthunga, sambar sutti uthunga, vada venda. So see the 2 pongal that comes. His pongal is something like sambar illama chutney nadul uthi with vada illam varum. For me, and the cook eppadi pidichirukko andha mari he will send. Yeah. So that's the difference between this command. This is cook eppadi pidichirukko andha mari kudukuradhu. Idu enakku eppadi pidichirukko andha mari kudukuradhu. So you are giving more options and more arguments. So that's why the commands are bigger. But don't worry, whenever somebody types a big command, that's also a small command. But when you give small command, you have to do 10 steps to get the action done. Instead, you can give it in one command itself. Is that clear? Making some sense? Yeah? Okay. And there's one more advantage. I'll just erase this. You can give the command like this. Dosa -d, sorry, -d, you say no. What's that? It's a normal user command. No, we'll get to the super user normal user command. There are 2000 commands, what are they? 1000 commands, what are they for normal user? We'll see. Okay, I give it like this. -chutney, say no, -sambar, green. What will I get? Huh? You get no ghee dosa. You want ghee dosa, ghee no, which means he will not put ghee. Okay? I forgot to put one. Okay. Chutney 2, right? Okay. I'm just trying to change the figures. So options and arguments should go hand in hand. Otherwise, what will happen? You will get no ghee, 2 chutneys, which include red as well, and green sambar. Yeah, have you ever tried a green sambar? Yeah, so that's why I say whenever you can change the options and arguments, but whenever you change it, you have to take it like this. For example, if you move it like this, you will not have any problem. Sorry. Okay, what is that? Dosa. Command should be there. Tell me what I have to put sambar. Sambar. Sambar no. -chutney, or I'll put -ghee. -ghee 2. Then -chutney green. Is this and this same? You get the same if you order like this. Anna, dosa, sambar venda, ghee dosa rendu, chutney, green chutney venda. Is it the first and the third one are same? Though the options and arguments are moved, they are moved hand in hand. So the same command on the top can be rewritten with user add -G501 -S user bin KSH, then -U101. So I can change it in any order, but option and argument should go hand in hand. You getting it? Now is it clear? Yeah, the same command can be written like this. User add -G501 -D /home/R Mahesh -U101. Okay, then -S USR bin KSH. Okay, I'm just say R Mahesh. Both are one and the same. Okay, I think I skipped one. Which one? Comments. I can add comments also. See, the order is different, but they are going in their different order, but still the command output is same. Is that fine? Okay. No, when we are dealing with user management, we'll see what kind of errors it will throw, or how the success messages would be. Here we are just dealing with the fear and the big commands and small commands. Yeah, is that fine? So is your this fear been removed? So this is done. This is done. Only if you say, then I'll put yellow. Big command is done. Feeling comfortable? Okay. Hard to install tools. Okay. So as I told you, there's a tool called Smitty. Using Smitty only, you have to install tools, software, packages, patches. Yeah. So we'll see in the software installation management. Yeah. I think Arun was saying something. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Okay, hard to install tools, you need not worry. Today we'll see that session. It's a very easy one. You have to say Smitty, enter, go to, yeah? What is it? Smitty is a tool. In AIX, you have to run only that tool to install the OS. Okay, so we will see that. No GUI. Unix doesn't have graphic user interface. It's a myth. You know what is myth? Myth means imagination. People think that hey, Unix is always black and white. Not really. In Linux, you can see a graphics which is far, 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 far better than Windows. Have you played Need for Speed? Okay, on Windows. You can download the same binaries for Unix, install that on Linux, and then play the game. You will find better user experience than Windows. Because Unix processing speed, processing methodology is different. You'll find better graphics on Linux than Windows. Which one? Yeah, it's free. Linux is free to download and use. Okay, but for end user, they love graphics. For system admin, they don't love graphics. They want command lines to work. Okay, for example, in Windows, you right click. Right click when you do, some 10 options can be shown. Correct? But beyond 10, you want to do something, you cannot do it because on that menu only that's allowed. But when you are typing with commands, have you heard about Windows PowerShell? Windows PowerShell? No? Windows PowerShell is a tool that has mimicked the Unix shell. The reason is they want to come out of this 10 options and use hundreds of options that's available with UIs. So Unix administrator will always love black and white screen, not the GUI. Yeah, doesn't mean Unix doesn't have GUI. Unix has a very beautiful GUI. Even AIX have GUI. We don't use it. X Windows, X Shell. We have a lot of tools that can give you graphical output. But we don't like it. System admin doesn't like it. And whenever application is installed, application also have graphics that can be accessed via application. I've seen the banking softwares, your ICICIbank.com. Is there not graphics? Who is supplying that graphics? Unix server only. Doesn't mean no GUI. It's a myth. Unix doesn't have GUI. Unix have a beautiful GUI than Windows. Yeah. Okay. Only for business purpose. Usually it was used only for business purpose. Nowadays, you check with many of the laptops, they love to have Linux on it. Now, personal computing also have started using Unix or Linux based OS. The reason is they feel that is more secure than Windows. How much virus attack have you heard in Unix? How many virus attack you have heard in Windows? Every day you hear some attack on Windows. So people started moving from business purpose to user standard purpose as well. So now it's no more business purpose wise. It's also general purpose wise. Okay. Complicated and boring. Initially, that's why I say for most of you guys, you will ask me, give me some practice sessions. I want to do hands-on. No, don't tell me the concepts. Give me the command line. I want to run the command and see it is working. I'm telling you, when you run the command, it will give you an output. Write the command, hit enter. The next second, an output will come. But the purpose is not solved. What you have to do is you have to think, when you type this command, what are the step 1, step 2, step 3 the system is doing. Only when you understand that concept, then your commands will execute perfectly. Otherwise, you will see only errors or you will only see the output. You are getting it? Our objective is to learn the concepts, not to do an action. You are getting it? Doing an action can be a 5 minutes training. LVM can be trained in 5 minutes. Why are we taking 1.5 hours? To get you inside the hard disk, get you much inside the hard disk like tracks, sectors, creating partitions, creating LVs, creating file system. Why are we going step by step? So that when you just type one command CRFS, you will visualize what are the things happening in a very slow sequence. Okay, so this is the one area I accept. Complicated and boring, not user friendly. So I'm going to add one more point here. Yes, Unix is not user friendly. Unix is admin friendly. Why is it admin friendly? Okay, is there any job opening in IBM, HP or any company? We want users. Is there a user engineer? Is there a role called user engineer? Yeah. So what is a support user? Is there something like that? There's something like support administrator. Administrator. So you want job, you have to learn Unix so that there are openings for admins. not for end users. Even people say that I am Windows administrator, but if I just take away the mouse, they are gone. Correct?
No.
What no?
I'm using without mouse and keyboard.
Without mouse and keyboard.
No.
Uh,
Without mouse.
without mouse, how? Okay. How you do it?
All of us.
Which one? They used to say, you want to be a system administrator, you want only two things: Control Alt Delete and mouse. Please don't take it otherwise. Normally, as a Unix trainer's objective, there's something called objective while training. Objective of the Unix administrator or Unix trainer is whether you learn Unix or not, I don't worry, but you have to hate Windows. Okay, so this is not. I'm saying just like that. Most of the or 99% of the Windows solution is restart. Yeah, how many times have you fixed an issue by restart Windows? Let me try restarting Windows. Have that thought came to you? Yeah, because you're a Windows administrator, Windows user rather. I'll put it. You're a Windows user. You want to always restart and get it fixed. Just check with the Unix guy. He says, "Okay, restart panni parunga. It will work." If you ever hear such word from a Unix guy, he's not a Unix administrator. Restarting is the toughest job in Unix. You know why? What is the uptime for Windows? How many days a Windows can run non-stop? Are you aware about that? Every 90 days you have to restart Windows. Have you ever seen 10-year non-stop Unix running? When you see the uptime of Unix, 10 years, machine has not switched off. How many engineers would have changed? How many engineers would have come and modified the system? If you restart, a system will come up not like the previous one. So restarting is the toughest job in Unix. So everything can be fixed online. That's why we call Unix is admin friendly OS. And if you know Unix, you can handle any OS. Why? Unix is built on C program. I would say Windows have mimicked Unix, modified something and created graphic. That's it. But whatever, after learning Unix, you can even manage Windows. You getting it? Okay. So I buy this. It's not user friendly, but you have to buy this. Unix is admin friendly. You got it? Yeah, any doubts? Okay. Interview is tough. This is a very big myth. So what do you expect in an interview? Interview should be so easy. Hey, what's your name? What is your experience? Okay, this is an offer letter. Does it happen in Windows world as well? No. In interview is trying to check whether you have the skill, whether you join my company, will you be able to manage the show? Do you have that attitude to stay with me throughout the period, like 2 years, 5 years, time scales? So they are trying to interview in that way. So you say interview is tough, interview is tough. No, interview is not tough. If you compare with Windows, there are hardly 40 or 50 odd questions in AX. You attend some 3 to 4 interviews, then the fifth interview you will definitely clear. The reason is you got to know the answers for most of them. The interview is not at all tough. Our mentality is about interview is tough. Okay? If it is Windows, we can always say restart and come out of the answer. Or you can say right click and do something and say the answer. But in Unix, you have to say commands. That's why we think that is tough. But in reality, Unix is not at all tough. Interview is also not at all tough. Everyone will fail first few interviews. You are also failing on the first few interviews. Don't get disheartened. Try to correct the mistake that you did on the last interviews. You'll get. So is this clear? Server, don't touch. This is the word you often hear, right? Even in college days, the computer room, don't fiddle. Even on PC computers, you are not supposed to touch. They will never allow you to see the server itself. Correct? Yeah. You have to come out of this fear first. Are you the server? No. Who is a server? Server is a servant. Do you fear your servant? You order, it will die. Then why you have to worry about the server? Yeah. Through the training, I'm going to train you the best practice. Okay. One classic example is if somebody asks you in the interview, how will you shut down the server? How will you shut down this machine? How will you shut down? It's an interview question. What would be your answer? You are using laptop, PCs, Windows. How will you shut down Windows? So start, shut down. Okay. If the same question is asked to 100 other Windows guys, what would be the answer? The same? Definitely the same. Why should I hire you? All 100 people are going to say the same answer. Why should I hire you? Have you ever thought about this? No. Okay. We have a housekeeping lady here. She is just 8th pass. Okay. She is getting 2000 rupees monthly salary. Whenever I'm taking some trainings, she says that I want to housekeep this room. I tell her, okay, do it. But I forgot to shut down my PC. I tell her, Amma, konja the machine shut down pannirunga. She used the mouse, click on start, shut down. She does it. My 5-year-old kid switches on, switches off my laptop just like that. Like whatever you say, he also clicks start, shut down, just like that. These two people are not getting even a single money from me for this task. What is your expectation in salary every month? 10,000 rupees. Why should I hire you? That lady is giving it free for me. You getting? So there are a couple of mistakes that you do in interview. Whenever an interview question is asked, you are always saying in a rapid fire round. What is rapid fire? They ask a question, next second you say start, shut down. Then interviewer will ask next question. So 1 hour interview, how many questions can you expect? Hundreds of questions. How many questions you can answer? Correct? So the objective is you have to make him ask less questions by answering more. And your answer should not be rapid fire. Should not be rapid fire. It should be something like detailed process based. Now let me tell you the difference between you and the housekeeping lady. Just imagine the machine that you are going to shut down, start shutdown, is running ICICI Bank's website. Now tell me at this point in time, how many ICICI Bank users would have logged into the website? How many? 1 lakh, 2 lakh? If you shut down this machine, what will happen to the ICICI Bank website? You shut down one machine, 1 lakh users are getting affected. So you start shutdown is the right answer. Correct? Start shutdown is not the right answer. So what you have to do? This training will train you on the process that before shutting down the server, you have to inform all the stakeholders. You know all the stakeholders? Who are they? ICICI Bank, their customer. Within my company, there is a database team, application team, hardware team, OS team, power team. I have to inform everybody that I'm going to shut down the server. Everybody says okay. For that, there's a process called change management. Okay. Based on that change management, they will say that at this particular point in time, you can shut down the server. At this particular point in time, the server should be up and running. They give an outage window, 2 hours, 4 hours. During that time, you are going to shut down. Before shutting down, you have to take backups. Why? If shut down and start, something is not coming up, your application is gone. You have to quickly recover. You have to take configuration backup, data backup, all this backup, so that you are sure when system doesn't come up, you know how to bring it back. Then at that particular point in time, you have to do start shutdown, system goes down. Don't stop your answer there. Continue saying, again I'll power it on. I'll check all the applications, everything are working up. And I'll again inform the stakeholders that server is up and running. Now you see, start shutdown is a small answer. This answer is a big answer. Who will get selected? You or me? Definitely me. So every answer, you have to always think about this 1 lakh users who are currently running. And then you have to answer your interview question. Always include process, not technical. Within 5 days, you become an AIX engineer. But process, it will take years. That's why throughout this training, I told you today, you don't need to share your password with anyone. You are supposed to do only this kind of things. Why I say that? Because you need to follow the process from the training so that when you go inside a company, you follow the same. Okay? So, server don't touch. Come out of this mindset. Server is a server. You order it, and you will get it. Is that fine? Okay. Error and troubleshooting is tough. Okay. In Windows, if something goes bad, how will you check? Where is the error logs? Where is the error logs in Windows? Huh? Not there? I don't know. I'm not a Windows guy. It should be there. But in Unix, there are some locations where the log files are kept. Every small task that you do, everything gets logged inside a log file. So if something goes bad, what do you have to do? You have to go to the log file, read at this particular time what has happened, what has happened, what has happened. With that, you can troubleshoot what has went wrong. For example, something like your BP. It is always normal. At 1 hour, it was totally abnormal. So you can easily make out there's something wrong during that time. At that time, you'll again check what is the heartbeat. You'll check what is the breathing. Everything will be checked and you can easily troubleshoot. There are only a couple of commands to check the error logs and identify. Errors are more descriptive. You will see throughout the training, whenever an error comes, as a system admin, you are supposed to read the error. The error itself will have the solution in it. Permission denied. You should have root privilege to run this command. It will say, that means that you are normal user. This command is only super user command. Whenever you try to create a C drive or D drive, that's like drive, you are going to increase the size. You say from 10 GB, make it 15 GB. Issued the command will say, not enough space to increase. Please add this command to increase the space, then run this command. So error itself will give you solution in Unix. So don't think that error and troubleshooting is tough. It is damn easy than Windows. In Windows, you have to, you want to make changes to registry. Do you know how easy and how tough it is? Making changes to registry. Here is a child's job in Unix. Okay, so this is all myth. People think that Unix is tough, but through the training you'll find Unix is much easier. Only your understanding of concepts is important. Yeah, so I'll just mark this also. Limited job opportunities. It was there someday. Last 1 year, 1.5 year, we are finding roughly 800,000 openings and still not getting filled. So don't just rely on me. Just go and check in Naukri, Monster, search for AX jobs in Chennai, AX jobs in Bangalore, India. Even in foreign countries, there are a lot of opportunities. You will find if you are a Unix guy, you are considered to be a hot skill. Okay. So now you have removed the fear of Unix. Yeah. Any other fear that came in between which you think that needs my address? The first day is very important. The reason is like I'm giving a dead body kind of thing to make you feel comfortable that hey, Unix is not at all tough. When you compare Windows, Unix is much easier. So now you can call yourself an AX administrator. The reason is you know one command, Smitty. With that, you can easily run through the show. Any doubts? No doubts? Okay. So let me get into the second portion of it. Okay. So here it comes a file directory. You know what is directory tree? What is directory tree? What is directory tree? In Windows, you have C Windows, C Windows System 32. You have some folder structure. Yeah, have you used Windows? Where is your My Documents? Where is your downloads? So you know where the path is, right? So like which Unix also have a structure in which it's been kept. So I'm going to take this mapping our brain. Okay, mapping our brain. So it's very easy for us to understand. Okay, so there's always a default location. Like in our brain, we always say that there's a starting point. Like which here root is your starting point. Slash, this slash, forward slash. This slash. Is it go forward or back slash? Forward slash. Forward slash is called the root directory under which we are going to have our subdirectories. Okay, you know these computers and servers are discovered or invented by whom? Human beings. So, like God created human beings like him, we create servers like us. Okay, so that is going to be our brain, only the brain portion of it. So we are trying to design that as a like our brain. So I'm going to map each directory like our brain. Is that fine? Okay, so let me just draw that. Okay, just imagine a new baby is born. Okay, just imagine a new baby is born. So how that baby gets to know about commands in real time. Okay, okay. If somebody asks you a question, what is OS installation? What is OS installation? Don't say OS installation, installing OS. Yeah. What is OS installation? Yeah. That's the toughest question, right? There are some electrical guys inside. If they ask you what is this theorem, that theorem, they will be able to answer. What is current, what is voltage, they stumble. Correct? If somebody asks you what is current, what is voltage, you're gone. The same way, we have installed n number of operating systems so far. But what is OS installation? You don't have an answer. Okay? So I'll tell you what it is. When a new baby is born, it's like buying a new laptop from a store without any OS. Okay? Right? Correct? So for this laptop, it's like a hardware, like a human being. Whatever we have a hardware, the two eyes, hands, mouth, kind of. That also have a monitor, keyboard, mouse. They are all hardware. But can you use it without Windows or without Unix in it? It's like more like a dead body, right? Like a small baby which cannot do anything of its own. So that's called hardware. What is your mother is putting as a mother tongue inside that? It's nothing but OS installation. What is that OS installation? Installing the soul. Installing the soul inside that machine. It's called OS installation. So how the mother does is what we are going to see. So how your mother, just imagine you are that baby. How your mother taught you the mother tongue? I have seen a new mother teaching her kid, Amma cholle, Appa cholle, Endiri, Ukaru, Padu, Tungu, kind of thing. Yeah, so that's what happens here. In Windows, we call the C Windows directory. Here we have a directory called USR. You know what is USR? USR, you should not read this user. User is USER. This is USR. USR stands for Unix System Resource. Unix System Resource. Okay. Under this directory, it creates some other directories called bin, sbin, and libraries. Okay, all small letters for the purpose of better viewing. I have just put it all in capital letters. Okay. Under USR, we have many subdirectories. Main important stuffs are these three directories. Okay. Fine. Okay. So, what is USR bin? Binaries. What is binaries? What is binaries? Yeah, binaries means commands. Correct? So your mom teaches you some commands like Indri, Ukar, Padu, Tung are some of the mother tongue that your mother teaches. Okay? What is a command? Command means Indri means you just stand up. Ukar means you just sit down. So this is called commands. So there are two types of commands as I told you. Bin, normal user commands. There are 1,000 commands inside the USR bin. Under USR has bin, there are super user commands. So your mother teaches you both, right? Your mother teaches you Indri, Ukar, Padu, Tung, everything she tells. She also trains you saying that don't touch the current, don't touch hot water, don't touch fire. But your father can do it. Your father can switch on, your father can touch fire, your father can touch hot water. Why? He is super user. You're getting it? So your mom teaches you basic commands and your mom teaches you super user commands. Who can use what command, who cannot use what commands. Okay? What is library? What is library? What is the use of library? No, what I'm trying to do is just map it to your brain and then we'll compare to the system. So it's concept wise, you'll get some clarity. Yeah? What is the use of library? So for one example, Amma is saying that Sapdu. What is Sapdu? Take a plate, put rice, put sambar, you have to mesh it, put it on your mouth, chew it, swallow it. Sapdu is one command, but there are 10 steps to do it. Does your mother says every time, take plate, put rice, put sambar. She says only Sapdu. But library is there which says all the 10 steps. One classic example is, in C program you run scan of printf. You remember this command? Yeah. You know scanf is 100 lines of command to receive input. Printf is another 100 lines of command to throw output. Yeah. But every time instead of writing scanf printf, can you write 100 lines of code? So that's why we use this library. or that hash include. You remember this? What is this? This is the header file or a library which has those 100 lines of code. So whenever you type scanf, will be converted into 100 lines of code. Sapudu, 10 steps. Tungu, 5 steps. So that all comes from stdio.h library. Now you know what is the use of library? I'm trying to map. So your brain is able to understand what is operating system. When your mother installs mother tongue, is nothing but you are installing OS onto a hardware. You are getting it? So where is it getting installed? Under USR bin, USR SBin, USR lib. In Windows, C Windows System 32. You know all these folders? Yeah, C Windows DLL. I think it's a DLL, dynamic link libraries. So these are the main thing. What's the operating system installed? You install all the files from CD to this directory. USR bin, USR SBin, and USR libraries. Is that clear? Are you able to compare with your brain? Okay. OPT. What is OPT? Optional. Okay. In Unix, every directory names will look very bit odd. Okay. Okay. What is optional? Optional is something like C program files in Windows. What is C program files in Windows? In addition to Windows, you install MS Office, you install many other softwares. These softwares are getting installed in OPT. Something like this kid is 3 years old now. It knows Tamil. Now I am going to put that in a school. Do we put in Tamil medium? Where do we put? English medium. This kid last 3 years have heard only Tamil. Suddenly it goes inside school. Teacher says, stand up, sit down, eat, sleep. Now whether this kid understand anything? You imagine the first day of the school when the kid hears all this word, it hears like bad words. Correct? So that's one lady called Aya. That lady will come to that kid and say, Kanna, stand up means endri, sit down means ukaru, eat means sapdu, sleep means tungu. Now it can compare with its mother tongue and it will, whenever I say sleep, it will compare to mother tongue and will do it. So program files are applications. That application will get converted into your OS language and OS will convert that into binaries. Now you are getting to know whatever the program files are there, that will be converted into OS command and OS command will convert that into ones and zeros and get it executed. Now you know what is OPT? So the OPT is a default location for adding additional softwares like first standard, second standard, MS Office kind of things, and optional. OPT IONAL, optional. It can be installed in any other location. Default location is OPT. Is that fine? Okay. Let's see the next directory. var. What is the use of var directory? What is var? Var is variables. So what do you call variable? What is variable? That keeps changing is variable. Okay, what is the use of var directory here?
Store a log file. Keep updating.
Yeah, so log files, those things are kept here, which are varying. Let me map it with our brain. Okay, forgot your name.
Okay.
Lokesh. Lokesh, what did you eat today morning? I want you to, I think I will ask the question to him because he's sitting in the center. Everybody have to look at his face, facial reaction. Okay? Shafiq, right? Yeah. Shafiq, what did you eat today morning? Huh? Nothing. Yesterday night. Rice sambar. Yesterday afternoon? Same. Morning? Nothing. Day before yesterday night? Okay, last Sunday? No? Okay. So that's the difference between male brain and female brain. Okay, like Windows and Unix. Okay. If you ask a female, what did you wear on which sari, which color did you wear on last Ramzan, on last Diwali? She will able to say red color sari with green border with this necklace and all this. Her log files are very strong. Okay, for male, that log files are very weak. But when I ask you to notice his face while asking this question, for initial few things like today morning, yesterday night, yesterday afternoon, he was able to get it quick because it's very much fresh in his brain. But when I asked about day before yesterday, if you watch his eyes, he was looking somewhere on the top over here, but nothing is written on the top. On his brain is there's some log files on his brain where he's looking for is there something registered? If nothing is registered, then I'm thinking with whom did I eat? Where did I eat? Trying to get some information, collate a meaning, and create an answer. Oh, chapatis, something like that. You're getting it? So he's searching the log file inside his brain. Now you need not search. You know where the log files are. Where is it? Under slash var directory. So in the interview, they will ask you questions like, okay, tell me the log files for cluster. Tell me the log files for LVM. They might ask you like this. I'll give you 50 points if you say it's under slash var slash somewhere where I forgot. At least you say slash var, you get 50 marks. You're getting it? You don't need to give the full path. At least you say slash var slash, you're off done. You're getting it? Okay. Whereas if you say the full path, you get the full credits. So in the interview, I'm giving you one tip, which you need not say that I don't know. You can say slash var slash because there are many log files. One cannot memorize all the log files. At least you started off. So well begun is half done. So you got half marks. You're getting it? So whenever they ask for log files, something slash var slash think about and say it. Is that fine? Good. Another directory called etc. What is etc?
we'll have separate directories for each and everything, like clusters, everything. What?
Yeah.
So we'll be having separate directories.
Correct. We're doing error logging and other sessions. You'll find what are the log files, where are they kept, under var log what is there, var ADM what is there. We'll see that in detail. Here, we are just trying to make brain mapping with the server file directory tree, so that when next time somebody asks you, you'll be able to get to the directory. Is that fine? Okay. What is etc? etc stands for etc. Yeah, etc is etc, right? Okay. This is a very important directory in Unix. Okay, how many of you have seen that movie Nadula konjam pakkatha kanum? Middle oblongata. Yeah, so this is a configuration directory. So whenever you make some entries, whenever you run some commands, that is only temporary. You set an IP address, that is temporary. You do some LV activities or something, it's all temporary. So once you restart, it will again go back to its original state. So what if you want it to run every time, on every reboot, you have to go and update the correct configuration file under etc. Under etc, there is a separate LVM directory. Under etc, there is a separate configuration directories for every application. Go there and make the changes. If you don't make the changes, what will happen? Restart, it will go. That's why in Unix, restart is the toughest job. Because we engineers, customer will say, please do this activity, run the command like shutdown. You run the command and you say done. But when you restart the machine, that will go off. You're getting it? So as a good engineer, every time you need to update the etc file. Somebody is interested to do Linux exam. Linux exam is a practical exam. There will be 20 questions. All the 20 questions will have etc file to be updated. If you don't do it, the checker will restart the machine and will do the check. When you restart, all 20 answers you did will go off. What will be your marks? 0. You getting it? So that's a very important part. etc. etc is the middle oblongata of your OS. So you don't update it, short-term memory loss. It will work only for short-term, then it will lose. You getting it? So etc is a very important directory. Again, half marks. Whenever somebody asks, tell me the configuration file for the cluster. Tell me where is the configuration file for web server. I think it is under slash etc slash, sorry, I don't get the exact location. I think it's under etc. Got 50 marks. You're getting it? So var and etc are the very important sections where you can get 50 marks if you just start with. Okay, good. Home. Like C users directory in Windows or C Windows document settings. What's it? C document settings users. Yeah, like which every user is given a separate folder so that they can keep their personal files there. Okay. if I ask you a question, is Unix virus free, or can virus is there on Unix? What is your answer? Virus free? As an ethical hacker, you should not say that. No. You know what is virus? What is virus? Is that a microorganism that eat only Windows, doesn't eat Unix? Is that like that? What is a virus? Virus is a program. Yeah, if I write a program to shut down the machine, which is not a normal practice to shut down a machine, but it's getting abruptly shut down because of that program, then we term that as a virus. Why people are creating Windows virus, not Unix virus? Whenever they create a virus, the effect should be more. There are more Windows users. I create one small virus program, run it. All 1,000, 10,000 lakh users are getting affected. Then my virus gets popular. In Unix, only very few users are there. When I spread it, only very few accounts are getting affected. It will not get popular. So that's the reason virus developers are developing more for Windows, not for Unix. And number two, in Windows, some small user downloads a virus, runs it, it will affect the entire system. Because there's a single user, single window OS. But in Unix, you have been isolated. If you are a normal user, you download virus will come. You run the virus will get executed. But only those files which this user is owning up will get affected, not other users. So it is contained. So that container is home. Under home, you will keep your files. Only those files will get affected. But imagine super user, root, is downloading this virus. What will happen? The whole system will get affected. So, being an Unix administrator or Unix trainer, I'm going to tell you the fact, Unix also will get affected. So that's the reason we don't give you super user privilege. Everybody will be given super user equivalent. Okay, not full privilege. The reason is we don't know whether you will download virus or not. If it gets downloaded, everybody will get affected. So we give only role-based access control. You are a backup administrator, only for backup commands I give you the rights. You are a user administrator, only user management commands I give you rights. That's how we work with Unix, so that only the virus is self-contained. It's contained within a specific user and his files. So where are his files? Under /home/Shafiq/home/Logesh. Like that we contain them. Is that fine? Okay. What is Dev directory? Devices. Okay. So in Unix, everything is a file. Okay. So you know Unix is built on C program. Are you aware about this? Unix is nothing but a C program. Okay. So in Unix, everything is a file. Okay. If I say everything is a file, is directory a file? Yes, no. Is user a file? Is hard disk a file? Is printer a file? Keyboard a file? No? No. My first statement is in Unix everything is a file. Keyboard is a file. Monitor is a file. Printer is a file. Directory is also a file. You go to the bookmark. Buy a file, buy a folder. Tell me the difference. What is the difference between a file and a folder? Go to the bookshop and I ask you to buy one file and one folder. Tell me the difference between file and folder. File contains what? Okay, what does folder contain? In bookshop, you ask for a file. Same bookshop, you go and buy for a folder. Will you get the same thing or different thing?
File will have a one group.
Okay. Okay, it's something like file contains data. Folder contains files and subfolders. So a folder is something like we are categorizing the file types. For example, this is science, this is chemistry, this is maths. We want to categorize them, then we call them folders. And inside maths, we have algebra, some other theorems. They are again called subfolders. Inside algebra, we may have some plus minus and all this stuff. Plus minus are your data. So files that contains data are called files. File that contains subfolders and other files are called directories. File that contains printer information is called printer file. File that contains user information is called user file. So in Unix, everything is a file, like which every devices are also file. Keyboard, mouse, monitor, printer are all called device files. They are called special files. We have a separate section in this training that covers about what is devices and how to work with devices. Is that fine? Any questions? Did we miss any file systems here? So Rob, War, ECC, Home, Dave, temp. Very important. Good. What is temp directory? Don't say temp is temporary. I know that. Yeah.
Submit them without bracket names. Okay, erase that. Okay.
No, that's part of.
Okay,
Yes. I'll come to that. Okay. What is temp? What is the use of temp? Rather, I'll ask you, what is the use of temp? Why do we need temp? Windows, you have Windows temp directory. How many of you have downloaded movies from internet? Everyone. How many of you have cursed BSNL, Airtel, your connection for 99% and then fails at 1%? Happened to you? How many of you have cursed your laptop PC for slow, 4 GB RAM, but dual core CPU but still slow? The reason is temp. Okay, let me ask you one question. Have you downloaded a movie? For example, download a movie called Kumki. Kumki is 4 GB. File is in Singapore. You have to download to your laptop. Do you think 4 GB file will come as 4 GB from Singapore to your machine? Or will it come in small packets? Have you learned networking? OSI layer? So everything is cut into 1500 byte, 1500 byte packet, and then it comes in 1500 bytes. Some packets come, in between few packets get lost, again it will be reset. So packet comes in random order, and finally everything is put inside temp, reordered, and finally copied to D movies folder. Okay, so your D movies can have sufficient space. If temp doesn't have sufficient space, your download is slow, buffering will be slow, and while reordering, you don't have space, it will fail at 99%. Okay, if you want more speed, rather than increasing RAM, you can increase the temp space. You getting it? Now you know the use of temp. So temp is also, every data is important. Temp is also an important directory. Any other data that I missed? Is it mapped directly to your brain? One example is for your temp directory on your brain. Whenever I'm saying you some stuff, right? I'm explaining you all this. You are always storing it on your temp. Whenever you feel that hey, this is important, then you store it on your memory. Otherwise, you will discard that temp. Correct? It's temporary storage. Whatever I'm saying, you are listening. You are trying to match what is important. If you feel that is not important, you discard. Now I say that, hey, don't worry about temp. You discard. Only for understanding. What you do? Kept it in temp, you will discard it. I say, no, temp is very important. It's an interview question. What do you do? Move it from temp to your memory, right? So, yeah? Like dosa chapat. Now you're hungry. So, yeah? So you got this? The area data that I missed.
You got something called VOQ.
Uh-huh.
VOQ.
What is it?
VOQ.
VOQ. What is it? What did I explain that? Okay. Arun is saying about sys lib64 and all this stuff. There's nothing. There's some C Windows system folder. Like this Unix also will have some system files. You know what is system files? The files that are used only for some OS related stuff. Like device manager and all this stuff are called system files. Lib64 is nothing but same libraries, but 64-bit libraries. You know 32-bit, 64-bit? Your OS may. So the lib can be lib64 and other stuff. Okay. So I only put 3 important directories under USR. There are n number of other directories and other files, but this is very basic. Since we are starting up, we learn only the basic. What does a brain contain and what are the main things inside it? When you get more inside as a brain surgeon, then I will say what is cortex, what is medulla oblongata, what is spinal cord. We will get into details later. Yeah. So any questions, doubt? Or did I miss any other directory? Now, have you learned Unix like your brain? Have you started feeling the easiness of working on the machine? You have not touched the machine yet, but I'm telling you how easy it is to learn a Unix. When you make that as your brain, tomorrow when I am speaking to you, you need not have a server in front of you. Execute it on your brain. If that is right, your system also will do the same. So that's why we are trying to learn the concepts today. Any doubts, questions? No? Okay. So we go with the next one. Yeah, I'll share you all this. Even this is getting recorded. I will share you this. Yeah. But that's why otherwise I will be always on the board. As I want to be very much close to the mic. Yeah. Good. Okay, where in view and say. Okay. So normally people used to draw some pictures to depict what is an OS and all this stuff. As I told you, OS is nothing but a platform. You know what is platform? So in your college days, you would have learned operating system. What is an operating system? So your answer is always operating system is huh? OS is operating system. Operating system is used to operate the system. You keep writing between operating and system for 10 pages, get some 5 marks and come out. What I'm asking is a real genuine question. What is an OS? What's an operating system? Hmm. Okay. I'll put an example like have you seen a train? Yeah. So train is your hardware and this is your engine. This is AC. This is S1 and this is general. Okay, just imagine. So this is a train, all different coaches. Okay. Have you heard platform in railway station? What is the platform? Have you gone to Central Railway Station? How many platforms are there? 11 platforms are there. You want to go to Kanyakumari. Which platform will you go? 5 or 6. How do you know that? On fifth platform that train to Kanyakumari is there. Yeah. So platform is an interface for the passenger to board the right train. Okay. And platform is a place where you go to the fifth platform. There are different coaches. Engine, AC, S1, S2, S3 and general. Based on your ticket, you have to board the right train. Okay. So this is the platform. Correct. And these are the users. I'll just draw its users. I'll just give some colors. Okay. And one more guy. So you know these are different kind of users. This guy is an engine driver. Where can he board? Engine driver. So he came to the platform number 4. So we have different platforms in real time, right? Windows is a platform, Linux platform, HPUX, Linux, Solaris, AIX. There are different platforms. So for that particular hardware, for that particular train, we install a specific platform. So that's OS. We came down there. Now we have different users. One user is an engine driver. For an engine driver, where will he board? Will he board on AC coach, S1 coach, general coach, or engine? So platform will also give him a entry point to log into the engine. And the blue ones are the AC coach passengers who have an AC ticket. So where will they board? Will they board on engine? They cannot board. Can they board on AC? They can board on S1. They can board on general S1. Yeah. Okay. These green ones are the S1 coach. Can they board on engine and AC? But they can board on S1 and general. The red ones are the general compartments. Only general. They cannot board on others. So like which we are categorizing users and they can board only on those. This black one is a TT, ticket checker. You can board anywhere. Super user. You're getting it? So to these users, this platform gives entry points where he can get in, where he can. That's called access regulations. You're getting it? So you know what is the platform now? If you say OS is just a converter, high level language to low level, then that means you are a basic administrator. Beyond that, it also not only converting high level to low level, it also give access regulations. Let's see how that has been done. But now you know an idea what the Windows is doing. Whenever you log in with a username password, you get some desktop. You log in with another username password, you get another desktop. The reason is the access regulation. Yeah. Okay. The last time we missed one proc. Well, I'll come to that. Okay. So these are the few things that OS does. Let's see how the OS gets this done. Okay. Normally we will draw hardware. You know what is hardware? Hardware is your full motherboard. Okay. Centrally we have the hardware. On top of this we have the operating system. So this is going to be an operating system. So this is your OS. And outside this we have users. These are users. You getting it? So users are outside. Users will communicate with the operating system and OS will get it done. So I draw OS somewhat bigger. The reason is there are many things inside this. We'll see one after the other. So that your understanding about operating system will get much broader. Don't think that OS is just converting a high level user language into hardware understandable binary. Okay, let's see what are. So very close proximity to the hardware, we have a guy called kernel. You know who is a kernel? In army, have you heard about kernel? Who is a kernel? The person who takes the ultimate decision. Anybody can run a command, but kernel will decide whether this user is supposed to run this command or not. So you know who is kernel? Access privilege, everything has been decided by him. Okay. On top of this, we have commands. Oh, 1 second, I'm just recording. Okay, commands. You know there are different commands, right? Make directory, remove directory, change, make user. All the commands are kept inside this particular area. Okay, so these are called the commands. Outside to this, we have shells. You know what is shell? You know what is shell? Any idea what is shell? Yeah, shell is called command interpreter. This is the answer for your first question. What is that? What is the operating system which converts high level language into low level language? You getting it? So there are different shells. That's why I'm drawing it in small boxes. Okay, something like KSH, corn shell, bash, CSH, POSIX, BSH, like this. You're getting it? So the user will communicate with the shell. You know what is shell in real time? What is shell? The Muthu Chippy. Chippy means what? It's a cover, right? The shell is the cover and user is the pearl. Okay. So whenever user wants to communicate outside, user will give a high level command. What's high level command? Make directory, remove directory, make user. He'll give the command that we understand. But can you go to printer and say print my resume? Will it understand? That needs to be converted into 101s. That's been done by the shell. Shell is an interpreter. Okay. So do you know the difference between compiler and interpreter? Yeah, in your college days you would have learned it. What is compiler? What is interpreter? Any idea? C compiler. What is C compiler? You write some 100 lines of code, compile it, it will be making an exe file. Compiling means all the codes are run at once and compile as an exe. So exe is like a chip. Give inputs, output will come on the other side. That's called compiled program. Compile means so the runtime it is fast. So only provide input, output will come on the other side. Interpreter means line by line execution. Have you run what you call it in C program? You have control R, control C, something like that, right? When you say control R, it will run line by line. So it will execute first line, second line, third line. That's why you are getting a prompt on Unix where you are typing commands. ls, enter, mkdir, enter. So it's an interpreter. For every command you type, that gets converted into binary and then it gets executed. Okay. So we have different kinds of shell. For C programmer, we'll use C shell. AIX administrator will use KSH. AIX programmer will use bash. So there are different shells which converts one language into another language by using some techniques. Yeah. So in Unix they will ask you, in the interview they will ask you what is shell. So what is shell? Shell is a command line interpreter which converts high level language into low level language, which means user language into binaries. Don't stop there. Each shell has some features. Okay, there are three main features. One is called command line history, command line autocomplete, command line edit. So these are some of the important features which you have to tell in interviews. Okay, what is command line history? I type a command and for that command you are getting a history. Is there any putty available? Okay. Is there any session that's available for me? Any helper? Raju helper is free. Same standard password. Which one? Nim helper is running free. Oh, somebody is using it. Shall I use Raju helper? Raju? No, please come out of Raju helper. No, I'm still getting Raju helper or Nim helper? Raju is still showing me. Okay, good. Okay, you see history command here? Yeah. So if I am on a specific shell, I can use arrow keys and get those shell. But default has been disabled at the moment. The reason is I don't want you to use this feature and you will stop memorizing the command. So that I have disabled it. Command line history means you can type the history command and get all the old commands that you have typed. Roughly you have 652 commands typed. Let's say history. You get hundreds of commands. Getting it? You have a number of options to do it. It's called command history. Okay. What is command line autocomplete? Bash is installed? Okay. What is command line autocomplete? Just by typing mku, type tab. Now it's not working because bash is not installed. it will automatically say MK user. This will automatically get completed. You getting it? Autocomplete means I type only few words and then hit tab, command will get auto completed. This is called autocomplete feature. What is a command line edit? I am typing a command. If I want to go back, it's not possible. So if I have command line edit, I can edit the command line. I write like user add. I wrote 3 lines. Then I thought that, oh, I think I made a spelling error. I don't need to press Ctrl C and I can retype it. Rather, I can go and edit the same line. So these are 3 features of shell. Autocomplete means I only type very few characters like MKU and type tab, automatically it will type user. It will autocomplete.
External feature or
It's a shell feature. You have used bash shell, you will have those all 3 features. If you use CSH, you have only 2 features. Every shell has many features. These 3 are the important features. In the interview, if they ask you what is shell, you need to answer this. Is that fine? Okay. Is that okay? Any doubts? Okay. Let me show you Smitty and man so that we can wind up this session for basics. We can get into the software installation maintenance subjects. Okay. Okay. Let's see Smitty. SMIT. Enter. For installing software, where should I go? Oh, it's not visible. Sorry. Change settings. Parents. Change. Is that fine now?
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. Okay. If I want to add some users, where will I go? Let me see whether you know English. Where should I go? You know how did I come here? Just type Smitty. SMIT. The screen will come. Menu. I want to add some users. Where should I go? Take some time, no problem. Wait it. I want to add some users. Hmm. Security and users. To add some users. Where should I go? Users. To add a user, where should I go? Came here. Here, the star is an important. You see a star here? Mandatory. Remaining all are not mandatory. Okay? And here you have to type. It's like filling a menu. Correct? So here I want to create a user called Logesh. Logesh. Give a username. Hit enter, user is created. Because that's the only mandatory line. I'll show you the other stuff. User ID. User ID is usually numbers. You see the hash here. Hash means numbers. If I type ABCD, it will not work. Not working. The reason is foolproof. When I type number, it will work. When I type ABC, it won't work. Foolproof. You getting it? And you see the plus here. Plus means there's a list. When I press F4, I can get the list. Over here, I can press escape 4 or F4. I get a list, I can select. You getting it? And hit enter. The command says OK. Logesh has been created. See how easy it is, Smitty? Yeah. And Smitty has a very good help as well. For example, I go to users, add a user. So for adding this, I came for 3 to 4 screens, right? Yeah. Instead, I can use there's a fast path Smith MK user. I'll directly get here. Over a period of time, we can find the fast path. You want to find the fast path? You will see an option there, F8 image. You see, I press escape 8. It says fast path is MK user. So I try Smith MK user, I will get it here. You getting it? Okay. And also, there's a very good help. For example, I'll show you something. I want to know about number of passwords before reuse. I don't know what it is. There's a help there, F1. I press escape 1. It will tell you a small help about that particular line. Okay, so you need not look for Google. You need not look for help from a senior. Help is there within Unix. That's what I'm trying to say. After getting job with Smitty, you can easily run the show. Is that fine? Yes, Smitty is okay. There's some Smitty exercise that I'll share you, with which you'll get some insight about what is Smitty. So this is what we covered in the last couple of weeks, which you greatly joined. So I'm just putting here. Is that fine? Okay, fine. Come out. I press Escape 3, Escape 0. We will learn Smitty a bit later. Okay. Escape 0 to come out. 10. F10 is there, but we don't have escape 10. We will press escape 0 to come out. Is that fine? Okay. So the last thing is man page. Okay. So before getting into man, I'll tell you my own experience. Yeah. The experience is, have you ever booked some TV or something through eBay or Flipkart? Yeah. I'll just tell you one good example. One of my own, one which has happened. When Apple iPhone 5 got released, what is the cost? 45,000 something. Across the world, everybody bought it. After the release, within 5 days or 10 days, Apple have received tons of customer complaints. Phone is not working. Phone is not working. Phone is not working. So they want to, because 45,000 rupees, somebody buys a mobile, not working, it will again be a huge impact. So they were trying to sort it out, what has happened wrong. What they did is, they try to find out from which portion. They want to find which, for India or China, which area the phones that plant has made something wrong. They found most of them are from India. Out of 10,000 calls came, 9,000 calls are from India. So something has gone wrong in India. So they want to troubleshoot. So what they did is, they called up some customers in India and they asked, okay, tell me what has happened. And how did you check what is the problem? They say, my touch screen is not working. Touch screen is not working. How come 9,000 people touch screen is not working? So they asked, okay, what did you do once you received this phone? You know, iPhone 5, they have shown you banging it on wall, hitting it with hammer, touch screen will not go off. That's how they have designed. But they say 9,000 people say that touch phone is not working. So when they asked, they told, iPhone came, I opened the iPhone, plugged it for 12 hours, I started browsing, it is not working. They asked only one question back. Did you read the manual? They said no. Did you read the manual? Whenever phone comes, we plug it for 12 hours, start using it, right? We are very expert in opening it, putting battery, putting SIM and start power using it. They said, first take the manual. Open the manual, what is in the first page? The first page they said, before connecting to the charger, this screen comes with a protective sheet. You need to peel that off. Which one? If you don't peel that off, touch screen won't work. They peeled it, touch screen was working. The problem is with, we don't read manual. Even Windows administration, if something goes wrong, you search in Google, what did your nearby guys will say? He doesn't know anything. That's why he's searching Google, right? In Unix, that's not the case. In Unix, you have a slightest or slightest doubt. You look at man page, you are expert. The person who, without looking man page, he types a command and do something wrong, he's a fresher. 15 years doesn't matter. You're getting it? So be happy while reading man page. And through the training, I'm telling you, this has happened with many of these guys. Whenever I write a command, you immediately ask, hey Vinod, what is minus C? Hey Vinod, what is minus D? My answer is going to be C man page. Okay, that's how I'm going to say. Okay, let's see the man page. Man and a command, whichever command you want to learn, you can say man ls. Okay, so you can easily learn man command like this. Man and a command name. First thing it comes is purpose. What is the purpose of this command? So you can say display the contents of a directory. It's something like DAR command in Windows. And you see that syntax. He has given some syntax. So these are the possible options. You see hyphen in front of it. So like masala dosa, onion dosa, ghee dosa, there are roughly all 25 ABCDs are there. 25, 26 ABCDs are there, right? So ls is a command which has more options. Okay. So you see how many pages are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, Will you read all these 23 pages? It's really tough, right? So I'm going to give you one technique called scanning and skimming. Whenever I'm typing some command, for example, ls-i, you don't know what is -i. So you should not type the command. What do you have to do? Type man ls, okay? And you have to see -i is listed here. This is called scanning. If -i is not listed here, you need not search the entire 23 page. It's something like looking at the index. If index there says there's nothing called I, then why you have to search the entire telephone directory for that? Right? Same way, is there -i listed here? Is there? So you are confident that -i is there. Now scanning is done. Skimming. Skimming means going to a specific area and reading only those content. Okay. So I want to search only -i. There's an option called search. See the screen, the bottom left, the standard input is written here. Over here, when I type slash, slash is coming there. This is a search button. Now I give what I need to search, -i. Search for -i, hit enter. You see all the -i are getting highlighted. Okay. So I search for next, next, next. So on the left side I see -i. I can read only this. Displays the inode number. That's what the meaning is. Don't worry. This is about man command, not about ls command. Okay. So how to scan? Slash is for search. Give the keyword. You will be able to search for the keyword. Small n is for search, next, next, below. Capital N is for searching, next, next, above. Okay. Uppercase n means upper, upper, upper. Lowercase n means lower, lower, next. N means next. Is that clear? Okay. So I told you there are 2000 commands. 80 commands we are going to learn anyhow. Remaining 1920 commands is something like how you learn English. How you learn English? Open a telephone directory, sorry, dictionary. And what you do, randomly you open a page and you will see some commands. For that command, you can see the man page. Right? So how you do it here? Where are the commands kept? Under USR bin, USRS bin. Correct? So let me show you some commands. CD, USR bin, ls. You see some commands here? Okay. Don't worry. Don't worry about this command. I'm going to tell you how many commands are there. Okay. CD / USR / sbin, ls. Many commands are there? ls pipe wc-l. So roughly 2000 commands, 876 and some 900 plus commands. Okay. You want to learn about any command. Tell me some command. You want to learn about ping command, for example. Okay. Type man ping. Learn about this command. Something like learning in dictionary. This is where you can self-learn. Okay. Man also have one more feature. There are 22,000 commands. You cannot search for a command, right? You have a requirement. You have to set the date and time. Okay. Which command is used for setting date and time? You don't know. So there's an option called man-k. K is for keyword date. So what this will do is the purpose or the command has the date in it, it will display only those. Okay. When you hit, what is the error it shows? What is the error? Huh? Which means what is database is not created. Which means the command and the purpose, it just create a database so that it can search is not created. Solution? See, read there. I told you, somebody told in Unix, error and troubleshooting stuff. You got an error. It says, what is the error says? What is database is not created. Create using command. Catman-w. This is what they ask you to run. Run this. Now it is creating a what is database with command on the left and purpose on the right. Now you search for man-k some script. It will search this database and get you an output. Okay, give it some time because we have 2000 commands. It is creating the database. Now you see how Unix gives error and a solution. Now it's a spoon feeding. Now you say Unix is tough, then we can't help. I don't think Windows gives you this kind of input. Yeah, good. It has come now. Now I am running the same command, man hyphen k date. Same command, whatever I typed here. Same command. Now we'll get an output because this has created a database. You see here? Every line, you check every line, there will be date in it. Correct? Is there a date in this line? Is there a date in this line? Which you take any day, any line that will have date. See, date is there. Now it has filtered like SQL query. It filtered and showed you. From here you can take up the date command and you can go to the specific date man page and you can learn. Okay. So I want to set host name. Man hyphen k host name. Now it will show you some commands which has host name in it. Just by looking at this, there are only 5 or 6 commands where I can look for host name command and I can use this. For example, you want to learn about get host name. Man get host name. Learn about this. Yeah. If you guys need examples, I already have a lot of exercises. If you need an additional exercise, that's an exercise. Man ls search for example, capital E EXAMPL. You see, one example 2, example 3, all are your exercises. Okay, so man itself is a very good stuff. I'll also show you whenever you have an error in Windows, what you do, you go and search in Google. What Google will say, will show you some answer. You go and search in Google. Search in Google for some command. For example, hostname command. Yeah, Unix hostname. Let's see what Google is saying. Google will again take you to hostname, the same page. Same. Is it same? Almost. Show or set the host name. If you go to Google, Google also going to again get you back to the Unix server. So this Unix server management, you need not have Google. Just imagine you are a Windows administrator and Google is not given to you. Can you work in that company? Now Unix, again you search in Google, is going to get you to the Unix page itself. Then why you need Google? All helps are inside this machine. So what I'm going to say in this first session is, with Unix is very easy to run your life. Last 15 years I enjoyed my life in Unix. Welcome to Unix. Yeah, you also enjoy this. And unlike Windows guy, I'm being highly paid. The reason is they think I know 2000 commands. Only you 10 guys know. I know only 80 commands. Yeah, you are not even 80 commands, only one command. So life is much easier on the Unix world. Very easy to get job. Only thing is that show your confidence in interview and you can easily get through it. Yeah. Before I stop this session, let me ask the guys on webinar any questions. Yeah, we'll have a small break. We'll come back and have the software installation maintenance. We'll address one of the query that Arun has. Installing software is tough. We'll see how easy or how tough it is. Yeah, good. Any questions, guys? Who is on the webinar?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So any questions? Yeah, I think some. No, good. So what we'll do is time is 1:15. We'll take a small break, 1:30, 15 minutes. Yeah, and then we'll come back and we'll start the software installation and maintenance, TL upgrade and all this stuff, which is very important for your interviews. Yeah, fine. So in which case, I leave you guys for now. Yeah, take your 15 minutes break, drink a lot of water, put petrol for your brain, come back. Yeah, good, fine. Arun will deal with file permissions later. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So thank you. So I'm just stopping screen sharing and